All right, let's go from that to my top 5 bowl performers, all right? Okay, I'm going to go 5-1 here. Number 5, LSU wide receiver Malik Neighbors. My goodness. In a game where they're playing musical chairs with the quarterbacks because apparently they can do that because Purdue's can't even get out of that game healthy. Malik Neighbors saw Keyshawn Butte go out to party and said, I'm going to have a party right here too, okay? I'm going to throw down a marker right now. I don't care who's the quarterback. I'm going to have 9 catches for 163 yards in a 63-7 skull dragging of the Purdue Boilermakers with a man's Drew Brees on the sideline in the Citrus Bowl. Okay? They mama saw that. Shout out Malik Neighbors. Can't wait to see what you're doing in 23. Whether it's Nussmeier or Daniels, we'll wait and see, right? Walker got to be looking over there going, am I going to get to play? Better watch the transfer portal. That's all I'm saying. Number 4 on the list for me. That dude from USC. Look, he going to write profanity on his nails. He going to talk his noise. And he's also going to put you on skates. Caleb Williams out there just doing a doggone thing, man. 62 pass yards, 5 TDs, 1 INT. Caught this L. But 1 INT on those 5 TDs, 462 through the air. That's the Heisman winner. I don't see why we won't see him back at the Heisman ceremony in December. He's that good. Now, whether or not the Heisman voters want to get off the schneid and go give this man a second Heisman, I would like to see that. But you know how I feel about the Heisman Trophy, and you know how I feel about Heisman voters. Now, number 3 on the list for me, quarterback Joe Milton, man, Tennessee, 19-28, 251, 3 tutties, in a 31-14 win against Clemson in the orangest Orange Bowl of orangest Orange Bowls probably ever. You know, ugly orange versus the kind of ugly orange, and the ugly orange won. Right now, I get it. My cousin Rico, he listening to this right now. He a big Rocky Top fan. He probably talking about, RJ, you come to love this orange. I like it when y'all play well. I like it when Nayland is jumping. I like it when Georgia actually got to get up to come play y'all. Otherwise, we're going to think less of Georgia. Love that for Joe Milton. Number 2 on the list for me, Alabama quarterback Bryce Young. My goodness. One of what turns out to be several dudes at Alabama who chose to play in the Sugar Bowl. 19 of 28, 351 through the air. My goodness. Or excuse me, 321 through the air. 5 TDs, 45-20 win against Big 12 champ Kansas State in the Sugar Bowl, who also came fully locked and loaded with Deuce Vaughn and the rest. Now, the thing to take away from this is that many people believe that Bryce Young played his way into the number 1 spot in the upcoming NFL draft with this performance and his body of work, but this performance as well against a very good football team. I'm looking at this going, man, Nick Saban got something different over there, because I have said, because Bryce Young and Will Anderson, maybe 1 and maybe 2 in the upcoming NFL draft, chose to play in this game, that is the expectation. And people are quick to say that's the expectation at Bama. And I'm like, yo, and you know what? They were right. Eli Ricks going to the NFL draft. Jahmyr Gibbs going to the NFL draft. You know, like we saw dudes coming out that we didn't know was coming out. Going to the NFL draft after winning the Sugar Bowl because it means that something different. And frankly, when your quarterback and the best player in football, at least in 2021, is playing, what excuse do you have? That's how you keep your squad together, man. And this is far and away not the best Alabama team we've seen in the last 15 years. It's the most undisciplined Alabama team we've seen in the last 15 years. But my goodness, when they want to go play, they are an avalanche. And I'm excited to see what they look like in 23, mostly because you ain't going to have the fixer back there anymore. 9 ain't going to be fixing everything. My man Jalen, my man Ty, they're going to have to step up. I'm going to have to figure this out by spring. Bill O'Brien going to have to do some of that coaching stuff because he's talking about, hey, I got to be prepared for Bryce Young. When he come in the meetings, you're going to be preparing my mans all the way up through this upcoming season because, y'all, you know, Texas think they got y'all. That's all I'm saying. Texas think they got y'all. And then number 1 on the list for me, Texas Christian wide receiver Quentin Johnston. My goodness. Against mighty Michigan, 6 catches, 163 yards, a TD in a 51-45 Fiesta Bowl triumph. For them dudes from Fort Worth, for the private Christian school, you know, from Fort Worth. I say the private Christian school because, you know, like I'm a public school kid, and the private Christian schools, they usually take all the best players and have them at Bishop Kelly, Cassia Hall, whatnot. I'm sure y'all got this all over the country, right? So for me to look at Fort Worth and feel good about it, you got to know they dogs are underdogs, right? And then Quentin Johnston, who I got to meet this year at Big 12 Media Days, who also jumped 6'7", in high school in the high jump, remarkably kind. And at the time, I was saying, hey, look, man, you remind me a lot of Josh Doxson, who, for many people, at least until Quentin, was the best wide receiver to come out of TCU. That's ahead of Jalen Reagor. And my goodness, my man, Kevontae Turpin, who has turned a USFL MVP into an Pro Bowl season with my Dallas Cowboys. Hello, I'm just saying. Quentin Johnston went to work on a really great defense and a great secondary in a game where Max Duggan absolutely needed him, okay? Max Duggan did not play great football. He played good enough football to win. Quentin Johnston playing like wide receiver one coming off the board in 2023. Can't wait to watch him play against Keely Ringo, Kwame Lassiter, and that entire Georgia defense. It's going to be a lot of fun. Thank you for watching the #1 college football show. Please remember to subscribe to the channel and like this video so that you don't miss any of the best college football coverage in America.